Good day, everyone, and welcome to another session with the Butterfly Transformational Experience Group. My name is Fola Afolabi, Self Confidence Coach, licensed MSW. The group's motto is when you know better, you do better. And today I am so happy I am back online with y'all today. I was able to fix the issues that I had last week. Something was wrong with my internet server, but thankfully I'm able to come back on live and strong and in charge. Okay? And if you're watching a replay of this video, please comment below a replay. And also, I have also included in my stream start notes where you can get in contact with me if you want to schedule a free session with me regarding my program. Because most of the topics that I talk about, I go into it in depth. I discuss it in depth with my program. So I would really love for any one of y'all to schedule an appointment with me so we can talk. Okay, if you don't feel comfortable with me reaching out to me via messenger or what have you, I've set up a link in where you can reach out to me to reach out to me to set up an appointment to find out more about my program. Amazing program. Okay, and the first topic is the topic of today's topic. Sorry about that. Today's topic is that I avoid allowing people or others to define me. And this is an issue that every one of us has gone through. Okay? Not everybody was born with self confidence or self esteem on what I view, like a high esteem value of themselves. We all have to go through certain situation in order for us to get to the place that where I'm at or where you at or where you at. So self-esteem, when I thought about this topic, I said, will people be able to talk about this topic? Because this is kind of a sensitive topic. And one of the first questions that I asked on the platform was, how was you able to overcome the feat of having people define you? As I was going through my years, my developmental years, I discovered myself, and that was spending time by myself and trying to, when I realized that people's perception of me was holding me into bondage, and I got tired of that. I got tired of being held to somebody's value. I just wanted to be free, and I was able to, I just learned in setting up boundaries. How I was able to, for me, I set up boundaries, and I was able to tell people that I'm no longer going to accept that type of negative behavior from them. Now, of course, there's going to be some reactions. Why are you not doing this? Why are you not? No, because I want peace. So for me, how I was able to overcome my feat of having other people define me was setting up boundaries. And it took some time in order for me to set up the boundaries. And I was able to stand on my own 2 feet. And I was able to tell people that I'm not going to do this. I have to tell my parents. I have to tell my family. If they want me to do certain things, if it doesn't agree with me, I'm not going to do it. Because I have to look out for myself. Because nobody else is going to look out for you. And that's what people people need to realize, that you cannot overextend yourself. People are only care about their needs. They don't care about your needs, even though you're trying to satisfy their needs and appease to their needs. But some people are not worth it, and you always got to make sure that you take care of yourself, because you have to answer to your own being. Okay, so if you was giving into people's will and always saying yes to what people are asking of you, even though it means that you have to sacrifice yourself, start learning how to say no. Tell them no. It's a one day at a time process. Okay, and then once you're able to get to the notion and that point and that level where you said you had enough, you be like, okay, I don't care what you think. So how I was able, for me, how I was able to get over my feet was setting up boundaries. It might be different from other people, but for me, it's setting up boundaries. And I did tell y'all, as you know from the other previous lives that I do, I always say that I am going to use myself as an example in answering the question, especially when the questions that relate to that was addressed on the platform. And I also asked, the second question I asked was, does habit play a role in how we relate with one another? Yes, it does. Because it's just something in us. There's certain habits that you want to get rid of, but for some reason you keep falling back into that same habit. I mean, we all do. And in this platform, we are here to learn and to grow. So even me, I fall into my old habits. And if any habits that I realize that's going to be detrimental to my well-being or to my health or anything, I stop putting a stop to it. It's hard, but it's a hard task to accomplish, but it's doable. But just do it one day at a time. Don't knock yourself out because you was not able to complete or defeat a certain habit, and you start going into depression about it. Like, for example, with last week, when I was going through my issue with my internet and all the stuff, before I would just start being razzled and I would start being depressed and stuff like that. But I say no, it's not. Everything always has a solution. There's always a solution to every problem. And once I started telling myself that, I said that there's a solution to the problem, and we're gonna tackle the issue. And once I was able to to state that, I was able to overcome my issues. So, and when you thinking about habits and does it play a role? Yes, it does. And how you overcome the habit, if it's detrimental to your health, it's taking it one day at a time. And when it comes to when dealing with people's negative perception about you, I think you should be able to bring those issues and to the surface and confront the issues. Confront your feelings regarding the negative attitude or the negative perception or what people's perception of you. Is there a reason why? So being that we are all human beings, our emotions tend to cloud our judgment. So people, like I've been telling myself, and we all need to learn the virtue of patience. Patience is a valuable skill that we all need to conquer, because once one is patient in life, they are able to overcome any situation. But when you are impatient, you will end up going into situation that you don't even see yourself going into. And one thing for me with being impatient, I end up losing money. So now I am better than what I was before. So now I'm learned. Yeah, I am more patient. So now I'm trying to tell everybody on this thing, learn how to be patient and taking things one day at a time. Don't always rush to go certain places. Learn how to take things for what they are. Learn from your experience, even the negative experience. Learn from it. That's why I said You got to bring those feelings to the surface when it comes to dealing with people's perception about you. And sometimes people's perception can be constructive criticism. Okay, and there's some people that you should not pay them any mind. They are jealous and they don't have any good will towards you. So you just gotta know the type of individuals that you surround yourself with. Surround yourself with. And there's certain people, they look like they're your friend, but they are not your friend. They are your enemies or your frenemies. They're looking for ways on how to destroy you. Okay, so when you're dealing with people's perception, look at the individual where it's coming from, and try to understand. I mean, you don't have to talk with them. Try to analyze what their perception is. Okay, and also very important, we all need a trusted confidant. We all need a trusted confidant where you'll be able to share your feelings regarding other people's perception regarding you. Excuse me. With me, I have I try to surround myself with positive individuals, and being that I'm very open and I'm very jovial, I tend to share my feelings with people, and I realized that sometimes it's not it wasn't good for me. I didn't like the end result. So now I'm very selective with who I share my feelings with. So when you share if you have something that's bothering you, find a trusted confidant that you know that's all about your well-being, and you discuss your feelings with the individual, and then whatever that person feels, you take it with a grain of salt, and you analyze it, and you'll be able to make your decision. But you shouldn't be impressed or manipulated into making a decision. Like when I have a certain issue that I'm pondering about, I think it over. I analyze it. I discuss it with other people, and I try to get their viewpoints of the situation. Maybe I'm not looking at the subject matter in a different matter, and I try to see what other people are feeling. And then at the end of the day, I make the final decision. I make the decision, and I'm happy with it. But also, please, when you're sharing your feelings, make sure it's somebody trustworthy. Okay, not everybody that surrounds you, that smiles in your face, is for you. Okay, and the third is the one thing I was going to topic it. I put it into one thing. Make sure you surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with people who are on a different level. Okay, don't always be closed-minded. Try to be around different type of people. Learn how to expand your horizon. It's not always good to limit yourself to a certain community or a certain type of people or friends. It doesn't do you any justice, because sometimes the person that's outside your circle will be the one to give you an answer to what you were looking for. And one final topic that I want to iterate or emphasize on is to remind yourself of who you are. Know who you are, and know who and what is your self-worth. Being that knowing your history, knowing where you come from, and being able to accept your history, your family background. Every family background is different, but be proud of where you come from. Because that's your history, that's your origin. Know who you are. Know who you are, and know that God has created you for something great. Especially to Jeremiah 29:11. He has created you in his own image. Be proud of who you are and know your self-worth. Don't let anybody's opinion diminish your self-worth. You know who you are. I know. That's why I said that, you should always remind yourself about how great you are. Speak little simple affirmations towards yourself. 2 weeks ago, I was going through some type of joint pain, and I didn't understand why I was going through that joint pain. It was just horrendous. And I was like, no, I know I'm gonna, and I sat down and I looked at my situation. I said, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to overcome this joint pain without taking any medication. Then I looked around my surroundings, and I saw things that I can use to eliminate the joint pain. And glory to be God, I was able to alleviate to alleviate my joint pain. So now I'm no longer in pain. I mean, I'm still having joint pains, but I am no longer in pain where I wasn't able to walk. So it takes practice. So even me, that's even presented the topic, I'm telling you about how I was able to overcome the situation that I faced regarding certain issues in my life. So know who you are and know your self-worth. Know who you are and know your self-worth. Because before I would say, oh, I gotta go to the doctor. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I said, no, I already made a promise to myself that I'm no longer be taking medication. I'm gonna try to find ways in alleviate any type of health condition that I have without medication. But you also need to make sure that you keep up with your doctor and your doctor's appointment. You gotta do that. You have to do that. And I'm gonna tell every topic, every week I talk about the reflective questions regarding this topic. And some of these questions I kind of answered in the live session. Is how do I differentiate between somebody who means me good than with somebody that wants to bring you down? Like I said, it depends on the individual. And there's some people that act like they are your friends, but they are not. Their action speaks louder than words. I look at the people's actions, not their verbal. So look at their action and behavior towards you. How do they react towards you? How do they react? Do they always are they what are they trying to get out of you? Are they trying to get a rise out of you? And believe me, this is not an easy fit. So it took a while before I was able to overcome this task. So now I look at people when people give me advice, I just take it with a grain of salt. I take it with a grain of salt, and I tell the individual, thank you, because not everybody you tell them or argue with. You just tell them thank you for their opinion, and you keep it moving. And if it's somebody that's worthwhile, and then if you feel like their advice is something that you don't agree with, you approach the individual. You approach the individual and talk about it. And then y'all discuss you, and then she can probably, or he or she can probably tell you why they feel a certain way. And the second question and the last question is, what example am I willing to take from the lifestyle of others? For me, if I see something that where somebody is successful in, the first thing I'm going to do is try to approach the person to find out what the person did in order for them to be in the situation that they are in. And if they are not willing to share their their ways, or how they got to where they're at, I will just basically, if it still interests me, I will go and research on my own. I will research on my own and learn, and so I can hone my craft in becoming like the individual. Like when I'm gonna use the stock market and mutual funds and stuff like that. I was always interested in getting into the stock market and what I view. And when I was asking people around me, nobody knew how to get involved. And then one day, somebody was talking on my Facebook live, and they was talking about how they was in the stock market and what stuff like that, and how they was in a type of a financial group. Boom! What I've been trying to get involved for over 10 or 15 years, and it just came to my doorstep. And as soon as that person put it down, she didn't know that I was always wanted to go into the stock market or look into investing in stock. She didn't know about it. And once I saw her that she was discussing amongst her peers and stuff like that, I too went to look at her page, and I followed the link in which she's provided on her page, and that's how I was able to get into the stock market. And I was able to start investing in what I was wanted to do for the longest time. So, like I said, sometimes it's good to expand your horizon, but she didn't know, and it's not like she took me to the places where I had to go. Where when I went to the link that the girl provided on her page, they were talking about different avenues on how you can invest with a limited income. She didn't tell. All she did was talk about stock market. But I followed my instinct, and I researched it. I went further. I went further. So we all need help in this lifetime. So it's not you shouldn't be you should not be too proud to ask somebody to show you the way. And if they're not going to show you the way, there's always somebody else that's willing to show you the way. So I'm going to end this program now, and I want you to share this group with other individuals. Okay, because you never know what people are going through. You never know what people are going through. So, and if anybody wants to reach out to me regarding this topic or any other topic, they can reach out to me. I provided a link on the StreamYard comment section, and where you can set up an interview with me or a session with me to find out more about my program. Okay, so always please share this group with other people. Too many people are dying by suicide, with depression. Let us talk. Let us all talk with one another. Okay, so just come and reach out to me, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you next week at the same time, same place. And remember to stay blessed. Okay? Bye.